Let me tell you a story. A true story. It's about a little boy born to frail parents in an urban shanty settlement in Delhi. The poor boy, too weak, and the mother too weak to breastfeed, and the father too tired to care of him, was placed in a cradle made with his mother's tattered sari. The father, a wage labourer, would come drunk at night and beat his wife up. And that is the environment the boy grew up in, without any aspirations, any plans, any hope, poor and illiterate. Till fate intervened. In his usual hunched demeanour, he walked far from home, till he chanced upon the gates of a wonderful dance institution. Excited, he tiptoed in, peeked behind the wooden door, and what he saw changed his life forever. And then the music system came on, and out came mellifluous music to a language he didn't understand, but he didn't have to. And look how the expressions changed. From pride to disgust, from pity to love, from valor to anger and fear. Even the Guru's teachings and the scoldings seemed sweet to him. He must do what they were doing. He must. How? How? He went home, slept, something stirred. He came back the next day, peeked behind the door. Second day, third day, fourth day. The Guru had seen him. What do you want? She said. I also want to do what they were doing. All this and this. and this. Alright, go home, come again, clean clothes, pay, pray to God, and get me a fruit. Okay. Clean his clothes. That night, he scrubbed his life's dirt away. Wore a new pair, got up in the morning, went to the temple. The prasad that he got, he took for his guru and placed at her feet. Ladies and gentlemen, his education had begun the night he washed his clothes clean. His parents would wonder where he would go and come back only in the evening. But too drunk or too weak to ask questions, they didn't care. And how he grew from an unstable dip-dip-tay to a more stable dip-dip-tay to dip-dip-tay, dip-dip-tay, dip-dip. And that's how he grew. His teacher made sure he stays away from the trappings of poverty, drugs, crime, begging, and involved him in stories from mythology. He didn't have to be literate to learn of the morals of filial piety and honor. He learned of the Pandavas and the Kauravas and the game of dice, where everything was lost by the Pandavas, including their pretty wife, and how she was derobed and insulted, but her devotion to God saved her. He learned of the yogas. He learned music and instruments. What a wonderful place for a little boy to grow up in. Till one day, his father said, "You are 15 now. Need to contribute to the family table. Go get a job. Security guard in the nearby colony." Security guard? That is the lot he had come from. He had been touched by Indian classical dance, dance of the Devas. He had learned of the respect given to women. Rama, his mother Kaushalya, the respect. How could he go back to the community from where he had come from, where these social ills pervaded? But he also had learned of the patience as a virtue. Rama, Sita, and Lakshman had borne their time out in the jungles for 14 years. Gautam Rishi had cursed his wife to be a stone, and she had waited patiently for Lord Rama's feet to make her a human again. Patience does give good results. He knew his mother would want him to work, so security guard he did become. But the values that he had learned held him in good stead. Respect given to older citizens, discipline, hard work, responsibility. With all that, he grew steadily up in the ranks. He would tell his peers, his colleagues, about dance class. His parents grew warm to the idea of him being a performing artist. The day arrived of his first solo performance, Arangetram, organized by his guru for free. And how he danced. The entire community was called to watch him. And the standing ovation, the applause at the end, the tears of joy. It was life-changing for not only him and his family, but a lot of the community members. His father left drinking. His mother had a new reason to live. She had a wonderful bride to search for her famous son. The community members joined school, some were even sent to dance classes. This boy refurbished his one-room squalor and started taking Bharatanatyam tuitions in his spare time for younger, lesser deprived children. I recently saw him at a show in Delhi, and I only had to shut my eyes and think of his guru's smile when he gave her his first visiting card. Neelu Sahai, Bharatanatyam teacher, dancer, and choreographer. A remarkable story by a less than ordinary human being. It's not that dance forever changed the family's lives and removed their troubles, but I can vouch for the quality, the improvement in the quality of their lives. The feeling of seeing just another vagrant boy grow up into a mature young man with his head held high, that is an awesome feeling to generate. It's not about the wealth or the individual capabilities or the intellectual capacities. It has everything to do with self-worth. It has to do with putting your head to pillow or mat at night, smiling and saying that all is well with the world and all is well with me. Mother Teresa's pertinent quote comes to mind. To quote, "Being unwanted, uncared for, unloved, forgotten by everybody is a much greater poverty, a much greater hunger than that of the person who has nothing to eat." Unquote. Imagine if with all the trappings of material comfort, our desire to set ourselves apart as unique individuals is so strong. How much stronger would the urge of a poor boy in a faceless existence be to stand apart from his or her crowd? The song that I danced on earlier, Vaishnava, translates as a good human being, understanding the pain, the sorrows and sufferings of others. Mahatma Gandhi knew the power of its simplicity in delivering hard-hitting tangibles. Remarkable stories, songs, workshops, interactions triggered a desire in me to set up my own NGO in my Guru's name, to work for the underprivileged children, to make them realize the joys that Indian classical dance have to offer, not as a means of employment opportunities, but as a road to discovery, a road to propound the I in the I am, I can, and I matter. Bharatanatyam, as well as other skills, have benefits that are multifarious, and previous workshops have shown brilliant results. As we saw in Neelu's story, the responsibility, the hard work, the discipline, all was inculcated through dance. Physical benefits such as stamina, endurance, healthy body weight, therapeutic properties, everything is given through dance, as well as aesthetic sensibilities are honed to learn about the costumes, the makeup, ornaments, instruments, textiles. It's opening up another world altogether. Who knows what career possibilities one might take later on. Teamwork, solidarity, unity, overcoming cultural stereotypes, racial stereotypes. All these can also be learned through any skill picked up. In my case, dance. It's literally taking a child off the streets, engaging him or her in a sensible or a nuanced activity to avoid the pitfalls that poverty might lead one to. A hypothetical Raju might avoid smoking a bidi so that his stamina in dance increases. A hypothetical girl Preeti might shun the lure of prostitution and easy money so that she can get a respectable degree in dance. A hypothetical father might give up liquor so that he can save money to buy his dancing daughter an artificial silk sari. It could be anything, the art and the artist, the dance and the dancer, the sports and the sportsman, anything that we could give to the lesser luckier ones through our ideas and actions, to open new horizons, new vistas, to help unleash the joy and happiness that is there within each one of us. I would want to ask you all how it feels to dance. Anything. It could be a pirouette, a slide, even a jiggy, anything at all. Or how it feels to see a good dance performance. For a while, I'm sure the humdrum of our chaotic lives is lessened, and it does take us away on a different plane. So imagine music and dance in the lives of these young children whose humdrum is so much more chaotic than ours. The marvel in seeing one's limbs coordinate is a rebirth, I would say, and a new beginning. To open their eyes to immense possibilities ahead. To see that there is far more than what the narrow corridors of their lives has to offer. That is what I'm talking about. Building a community that respects self-worth and dignity. Because there is great self-confidence and self-worth to be found when, through dance, one connects with one's core. When some spiritual awakening is realized. Because for them, time hangs very still. To involve them, to distract them in something even for a few hours, idle time of theirs, is opening up many new channels that they might not otherwise see. I would like to end by a quote by Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher, who said that those who were dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. Music is within us. I feel it is time to unleash it all around. Hear the music. Let the infinite possibilities unfold. Thank you.